Today helping out, so we get to do some partner drills, which is really fun. If you're solo training at home, don't worry. A lot of times, a lot of people don't have a partner, and we created the white belt to black belt course so that you can go through it solo. It's for beginners and all sorts of really cool stuff. And we're going to start today with a nice warm up as usual. And hopefully you guys saw this morning I was putting together some really cool 30-day ninja marketing challenge stuff. We put it on our Instagram page and our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And so check that out. It gives you all the information on how to join up for that 30-day challenge, which is starting on July 1st. So I'm so excited about that. We have had people joining from all over the world who are getting pumped for this thing to happen. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a smorgasbord of all sorts of wonderful ninja things. So people who have never trained in ninjutsu before can be like, hey, what is being a ninja about? And that's what it is. So we're going to be doing certain days we'll have stretching. Certain days we'll show ninja basics. We might show how to make some improvised weapons from Lowe's or Home Depot stuff. It's just, you don't even know what's coming. So, okay, let's get started with some stretching today. It's always good to warm up the body. So take a deep breath in, looking up and down. Let it out. Looking up again and down. Going to the left and let it out. Looking over to the right and let it out. One more time, going to the left and center and then to the right and back. All right, rotating that head. All right, let's see. We got somebody is already saying, I want to join the Ninja Challenge, but okay, info at ninjatrainingtv.com is the email to send it to. If that one doesn't work, you can also send it to me personally, Mark at ninjatrainingtv.com, and give that one a try. You can and make my box flood in with all the different people that want to do the challenge. Oh, by the way, we had one of the guys wrote in and said, hey, I wanted to do the challenge with my kids and my wife and my cousin and my uncle. And I'm like, bring them all. It's going to be an amazing thing. Okay, left hand up, right hand around. Oh, yeah. There we are. Yeah, I love it. We had such a good class yesterday in the park. We are training outside a lot here in California. It was a nice warm day. Hey, Joe, how's it going? You're on. Going reverse with the arm. And we got to go over some of the 26 Rokushakubo Waza. And that was a really fun. We've had one of our amazing instructors / students that's been deep diving into all the Rokushakubo Waza for over a year and going through and scrolling through Hatsumi Sensei's videos and notes from like 10 different top level teachers and then really deciphering it. And so it's such a blessing to have people that really focus in on a single thing and just dial it in, and then they bring it to the group and we all get to benefit from that. It's like whenever somebody from our group goes to Japan and gets to train with one of the high level new grandmasters, we just have them teach as soon as they come back. It's like, hey, bring us the goods. When I head over there and I get to go train again, or I go to one of the seminars, the Taikais that they have, it's really cool. Hey, Dave, nice seeing you. Gary's here too. He's ready for the Ninja Challenge. I know Gary is. He's on it. Cool. So yeah, it's important to go and to train. And it's important to cross-train too. Today I did some cross-training this morning. I went out and surfed for a bunch of hours and worked on my balance. I love surfing. It is such an amazing tool to work on your balance, to get in touch with, you know, the energy of the ocean and trying to harvest that and get up on the board, and it's going to be so cool. Oh, Julius, nice. I'm glad you're ready. I'm ready too. We've been having some fun. We were pre-filming some of the Ninja Challenge 30-day tapes, and then all of a sudden I was like, something's not flowing right here. I don't know what it is. And my wife was like, you're supposed to do them live. It's better when you get to interact with people, they interact back with you, and you get a conversation going. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. So we decided to go live every day for the 30-day challenge. So that in itself is going to be fun because I'd much rather teach live than pre-record. Pre-recording's good, but you just don't get that energy that happens. So I'm glad you're going to be there, Julius. All right, let's drop down into those knees. Big rotations. Oh, yeah. Well, Victor, you're clicking. You know you're doing good when you're clicking. Get the lubrication on the knees going. Okay, other direction. It's like the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz. You gotta get moving. All right, put those feet together. Rotate both in the same direction. If you're home watching, you should probably get up and start stretching because you always feel better when you stretch. There's nothing like it. I went to yoga for many years, and I would do that before I would go train with my martial arts class, and I'd just show up ready to go. There's nothing like it. It was really, really fun. All right, knees in the other direction a few times. Now let's get into the ankles. So pick one of your feet, rotate it on the ball of the foot. When you go to train in Japan, and a lot of the Taikais, they expect you to already be warmed up. So for us to be able to do this, I personally really love fitness. I really love stretching, and I think it's an integral part of martial arts. So as a teacher, I want my students to be warmed up. So we used to teach 7 days a week at our school, and in that we would always do a warm-up. Even in kids' class, we would do more ballistic things with them, like, running drills and all sorts of fun stuff with that. But we always did a warm-up in the adult class. And our classes would go from an hour and a half to 2 hours. When we're out in the park training and things like that, we do the same thing. We warm up. All right, feet double shoulder width apart. Take a deep breath in and try to touch the ground all the way down. And let your breath out. Rock side to side a little bit. Warming up that lower back. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and go over to the right side. Take some deep breaths. Just hold that. Really get into that hamstring. Stretch it out. And go to the left side. Take another deep breath. Let it out. Stretch that side really good. Come back to the middle. See if you can go a little lower this time. Drop into that low back. Straighten out those knees. Get into those hamstrings a little bit. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is good. Going to the right side. Stretching over. Nice deep breath. Let it out. Switch to the left. I'm feeling good already. Just a little bit of stretching, it just wakes you up, makes you feel good. Okay, now from that position, go ahead and drop to the right side. Bring your one knee all the way down, drop it low, and then keep that other foot flat on the ground if you can. All right, bringing it over to the other side. I like it. We've got another good comment on there. Stretching is the key. You don't get old, you just get inflexible. That's right. And if you learn how to be flexible in your body, it also helps with your mental attitude to be flexible. It's funny, I've been doing experiment. Go to the other side, feet up this time, toes up. I talk to a lot of different people every day. And I go, why are some people older and grumpy, and how come some people are older and really happy? And I ask them, what's the secret? And they have a lot of really cool comments. And what I've realized is the people that keep kind of learning and they keep flexible in their mind and their attitudes, and they don't criticize as much and they look for the good in things, they have a better life as you get older. They're not jaded. Even though heavy stuff happens to people, you got to learn how to let it go. Just like in stretching, you got to breathe, let it go. Come into the middle, your favorite. Ho ho. Say hello to my little splits. Woo. Oh, let's keep it going, people. All right, take a seat. Let it crash. All right, deep breath in, straight back. Let's go to the middle. Crawl those fingers out. Let it pull you in. Oh, yeah. Very good. Rock side to side a little bit. Wiggle, wiggle. Going to the right side. See if you can get that chest down. Not just pulling your head down, but bring that chest forward. Get into that hamstring. Say hello to those calf muscles. Going to the other side. Nice. Nice deep breaths. Whenever you're feeling some tension in your leg or one of your muscle groups, just breathe into it and let it go. See if you can loosen it. See if you can let it get jelly. All right, one more time, straight back. Deep breath in, come into the middle. And you should be able to go down a little further this time. Crawl those fingers out. Inchworm them out. Very good. Coming over to the right side. Nice. And to the left side. All right. Let's bring those feet straight and bring your left foot over the top. Grab your toes. And let's rotate the ankle. This is good. You guys are doing awesome out there. I don't see people typing on the chat, so that's good. That means you're actually stretching. That makes me proud. All right, go in the opposite direction. It's okay to get up and chat if you want. But we are keeping track. Okay, put that foot on the ground. Take a look behind you. See if you can push up through the back arm. Extend, breathe. Oh, yeah. Nice one. All right, coming back forward. Switch legs. Other leg on top. Go ahead and rotate that ankle. Very good. And the opposite direction. Awesome. Okay, bringing the feet together on the bottom. Grab onto your ankles, straight back, deep breath in. And push your legs down, let the breath out. Awesome. Coming back up, another breath. And push them down a second time. Ho ho. Yeah. Abductor, adductors. Feeling good. Okay. Grab onto your toes. We're going to try to pull our head down this time. So straight back, deep breath in. And pull the head down. One more time. Deep breath, straight back. And pull the head down. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to get up on all fours. We're going to arch the back. So we're going to have our fours here looking up at the ceiling and drop your stomach. Very good. You guys are doing awesome. Arch your back. Look behind at your feet. One more time, looking up at the sky, drop your stomach. And arch your back. Okay, so for those of you out there now, you're going to take your right arm, go through, lift up your left, point it towards the ceiling. Yep. And wiggle around in there a little bit. Move your upper arm. Switch sides. Left arm through, right arm up. Very good. You guys are doing good. Awesome. All right, so let's do another good one here. We're going to bring our toes together and push our knees out as far as we can go. And then we're going to rock a little bit forward and rock a little bit back. Right into those hamstrings, quads. Woo! Feeling that one. That feels good. Very good. Okay, flip your feet out to the sides like frogs now. And do the same thing. Rock back in and rock forward. It's just a small movement, but it sure does do a lot of good. Konnichiwa, Jimmy Ortiz. Nice to see you, sir. Okay, looking good here. Okay, bringing that up. And we're going to shake that out. So, shake out your feet, kick it out. Doing good. And let's do a couple of little Chi-gong exercises for shaking up some of our Chi. So these are come from my Chi-gong instructor. First one is called Trembling Horse. I love this one. So shake your hands. Shake your arms, go up through your shoulders, down your spine, and then shake your entire body like you're a dog getting out of the water. And shake out, kick out your feet. We'll do this 3 times. There's one. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. And last time. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Very good. Okay, next one. We're going to come up. And as I turn to my left, I rock onto my right leg. I come back up, take a deep breath in, and I rock the other direction. So we just go back and forth. I'm breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. And I'll time with Victor, and we'll stay in time here so we're awesome. There we are. We've got this. So you think when you're throwing your arms, they're nice and loose. Your shoulders are loose, and you're just doing Chino Kata to the side. This is a pretty cool way to think about Qigong in a ninja way. This one reminds me of watching Hatsumi do a warm-up before a Daikomyo-sai in Japan, and he was doing the Sanshin in a very exaggerated manner, and I was watching him from below. He was up in an upper room getting warmed up, and the door was cracked open. And after he finished, he gave me a thumbs up. Like, you got that? There you go. Put that one in your pocket. It was pretty cool. Yes, this is Junon Taiso. Nice. Very good. You guys are doing good. I love doing movement. A lot of teachers will get really heady with talking, and when I teach my classes, I love to teach through people experiencing. Sometimes I'll teach a technique and just say, go. And then everybody's like, but I didn't really get it. And it's good to let them experiment with it. So I'll show it 4 or 5 more times, and then after that, they start to just explore it. Because to really learn it, you have to do it. You have to experiment with it yourself and let it go into your own body and figure out how does it work for you. Because if you don't have the same body type as the instructor, you're going to move differently. So you're going to have to figure out some of the subtle details for yourself. So that's why it's fun to train with a lot of different instructors. And in my opinion, also a lot of different martial arts. I love cross-training in so many different things. I've done so many in my life. and including like shooting schools and other things and archery. And it's just like, it's amazing because there's taijutsu in everything and you learn how to do it. Okay, last one for today. We're going to lean down in and catch the medicine ball. And as we come up, we let our hands go. So I'll do it from the side so you can see it. So when I drop and catch, I push out my lower back and I push out my upper back like I'm rounding it, right? And I catch, and then I push down and in and come up. So I catch, go up and in. And now when I come down, I'm going to breathe in through my nose and hold it. So I go. You got it. Just keep doing that. Hey, Richard, I got your email. Thank you for sending that. We're going to put out a group email soon to all the people who have signed up for the challenge, which has been a lot. And we are going to be sending you guys the link to the private Facebook page that we've created for it, where we're going to be putting all of our videos and things like that. So if you guys want to get in on this Ninja Challenge, make sure you email us. And we've been getting, we had 4 emails today that came in 5 seconds after we hit the button on the marketing thing. It was pretty cool. So it's awesome. All right. How you feeling, Victor?
Excellent, Mark.
Cool. All right. So let's go ahead today. We're going to start. We had one of the people write and said, Sensei, I'm having trouble with Ganseki-nage. And so I said, okay, we'll break down Ganseki-nage. And then while we're at it, why don't we do Ganseki-ori, Ganseki-ooshi, and Ganseki-ooshi? Because the Gansekis are a throw that once you get down, it's the basis of a lot of throwing techniques where it's about the twisting with your body to do the throw instead of picking somebody up and like manually throwing them, which a lot of people think that's how you do a lot of throws, and it's not. There's a lot of angling, distancing, and timing that make it so easy to do throws. It's just fun. There's a cool video that's out with one of the very old senseis from judo. And he's a little tiny guy, and he has some of his top guys trying to throw him, and he's taking ukemi and countering their throws, and he's so relaxed, and he's just on with his angles, and he's a small person, and he's just handling these big guys, and I'm like, that's what we're talking about right there. So it's beautiful for you guys to check that out. Okay, so let's show you how I break down Ganseki-nage when people aren't getting it at our dojo. So we'll just show Ganseki-nage first. You start in Kumi-uchi. Kumi-uchi, one person grabs, I'm grabbing with my right hand in his upper lapel area. He does the same in mirror image as me. Then I grab elbow. If we had a gi on, we'd be grabbing gi, but it's like 85 or 90 today, so we're hot, so we wore t-shirts. And so what I want to do is, there's many different ways to do Ganseki-nage, but I'm going to break his balance some way. So a lot of times I'll take a step back and I'll maybe twist and push with my arms, and then I come under and do a scoop, and then I'll turn and throw. So this is basic Ganseki. We'll show it from this direction. So I do a step off to break his kamae. I sink down a lot of times when I do this. I keep control of his elbow and hand, and I'll come underneath and scoop, and then I'll go ahead and throw. Now, just to modify so we stay on camera and he doesn't go into the wall, I took a different step that time. It doesn't matter. Later on, you'll get it. But some people go, I'm still not getting it. So if I have Victor stand where I'm at, facing the camera, and he just holds his arms up. This is a very important part of learning to take somebody's balance in space as well. So I put my forearm on the outside here, and I start to spiral around his arm. Now, if I don't move in, our arms are just going to spin all day and nothing's going to happen. So what I end up doing is I spin in, and I take his balance to one foot, and then I just turn and throw. Okay, so this starts to get the person used to, what does this feel like when we are moving in and taking the balance point of the person. And it teaches you how do you lock the elbow down when you're doing this. So I might start at his wrist level, and as I spin in, I'm getting that touch. And now I'm up near his elbow, and I could lock this on my shoulder, but I let it go past and catch on the back of my neck here. And then from here, I'm still stepping in and moving. Here's a common mistake a lot of people do with Ganseki-nage is they'll come and do the spiral and they'll fit their body like this and try to throw. But I broke my own kamae and I didn't affect his balance at all. So when you go in, don't just step and then try to push them afterwards. He's solid here. I won't be able to move him. But if I come in and I lock his arm and I lift, now I can push with my body, and it's just as easy as a spin here. Another kind of common mistake that a lot of people do for Ganseki-nage is once they get this lock, they'll push their arm over the top. What that does is it signals his body to put like a headlock on. So he'll grab his arm and pull me in here, and then I'll get smacked. So I want to lift my arm up and lock out in an upper position. It's harder for him to bend his elbow here now, and I can even break really fast and give it a snap. Once I have that feeling of that being in an up position, it's easy for me to turn and throw. Then we just go to the other side so you don't get one-sided, and you come in. There's the spiral. I'm moving in. I'm taking simple steps, and then I hook and throw. This will help you out so much by just learning how to do this to somebody's body, to push it over. If he stays grounded, I won't get the throw. If he stays grounded, a lot of the moves don't work. They will just be so powerful in their stance that you won't be able to move them and you'll have to do something else to get them to move. But if you're doing the proper distance and angling and timing, you're going to be able to connect, step in, use taijutsu, and then a simple twist. And if you sync with that, it all starts to work out. It's just really beautiful. Now, since Joe is on today, he likes for a little bit of smacking to go on, so let me show you the second version of this. No problem, Joe, we got you covered. When I come in, I hit the face and then come in and hit. Ah, see? There you go. It works good. So I could back fist the face here, which already started that beautiful thing to happen with his with his thing. Oh, Gary liked that one too. He's like, oh yeah. Sweet. Nothing like a little bit of smacking. Okay, but I like people who are sneaky too, so let's do the sneaky version. So as I come in here, I'm going to kick his knee as I come through and take that balance. I still have my other hand up so that I can block, but I might do a distraction like a Mitsubishi and clip his leg, and then I step in and we've got this going over. Okay, one more time, distract, clip the knee, it opens it up, and we throw it over. All right, one more for you guys, since there are so many ways to do this. I can grab an ura, come up to the elbow and bend it, and come in, and we start to get into other things, but it's making that same shape of Ganseki-nage, and it just makes it so beautiful and so awesome. Okay, you guys got it? All right, let's look at a couple other fun aspects of Ganseki-nage. Usually, when we're in kumi-uchi, I'll pull the person off and drop down with the side of my body that's holding their arm, not the side that has the top of the gi. But I can also give a distraction and hook that arm and then come in and get that throw to happen as well. So we're here, hit with a distraction. This arm comes over the top. I swoop in and lock that on my head, and then I go ahead and I get in, and then I can go ahead and do taijutsu to get that throw to come in. So that one's pretty cool too. So these are basic Ganseki-nage. So we're here, we lock, I fall off, he broke his kamae, his balance is broken, I swoop underneath here, but I don't just do it with my arm, I move in with my body. Now, we'll turn a little bit this way, When I swoop in, his leg will be down here, so watch this. I pull, I swoop, And right here, my back leg is touching his leg. This way, he can't take a step, but I could sweep him backward and take his balance and do the throw. So I could steal the space with this back leg. You could also do Horaigoshi and other hooking throws to kind of zest it up a little bit. Like Gary would probably like those a lot because he has the nice judo floor to work on. I love that. So we're here. When I step in, I make sure I'm touching in here really quick so that I don't have a gap. If I have a gap here, just move that way, front foot, and I leave a gap between our legs here, he can just knee me and take me down with that. So that is why I close the gap and I don't let there be any space between us. Plus, it's a feeling thing. As soon as you touch with somebody, you're feeling where their body's at, and you can do all these different manipulations with it so that you're completely watching and making sure that you're staying attached with them front and back and all that good stuff. All right? So that's Ganseki-nage. Ganseki-nage, then we go into Ganseki-ori, rock break. Ganseki-nage is rock throw. So with rock break, we start in the same position. I pull down, I come back out here, and now I took a little bit of an extra step because I could crunch down on the leg. In training mode, switch your front foot there a little bit, I want to give the ability for him to bend his knee so that he keeps coming back to training. In reality, I break the knee backwards in a way that it's not going to go, and we snap the leg. So we save that for when it's needed. So we're here, pull him off balance, come back with a double kick, and I can either knee down in on this one, or I could switch to a kick sideways and then do a pull from there, or drive him all the way down and land on the calf. Okay, do it one more time this way. Pull him off balance, step in. Here's this hit. And then we can just drive it down, and I can land on his calf and give him some extra ninja love. Got it? All right, very good. So Ganseki-ori can go with either a knee coming in, or you can cross kick. So this cross kick we call jujigeri is very important for here. Now there's an evil way to do this one as well, and we'll go ahead and show you guys that one because it's a lot of fun. Luckily, Victor's a good sport. And so we come out, I hook in, and I do a kabura calf kick here. So kagato, I hit to the kabura. The kabura is like below your two upper calf muscles, and where the lower calf muscle ties in, it's like that trifecta. That's where you want to hit. It's a pressure point that is very painful. So after I pull off, I hook up and in and kick in, and then we can do our Ganseki-ori from there. So that is another way to do rock crush. That's just a good one. All right, now let's get into my favorite one. You thought Ganseki-nage was my favorite one, but no, it's Ganseki-ooshi, because I like to throw people across the room and into things. That's what makes it really fun. Okay, so we'll back up a little bit for this one. Let's right about there. So in Ganseki-ooshi, I'm going to also pull back, and I'm going to keep him weighted down here, and I hook my arm up and in. Now, his ribs are here on the side, and I put my forearm and my elbow against there, and then I step through, and I push with that. So we do our hook, I pull, come up and in, and then I send him. Hook, pull, send. All right, so Ganseki-ooshi has some secrets we could do with this one as well that get to be really fun. We'll go from this side so that we can show you guys on the camera. So as I pull down here and I swoop underneath, I leave a gap on purpose between my elbow and my forearm, and then I strike as I go in to break the ribs and push him into his lung as we step through. That was a zesty one. Okay, so we're here, we pull down and in and go, and then boom, I throw in that hit strike. If I drop my body with this and really sink in, you can smack the person up pretty good, and it gets to be so that, they're hurting a little bit. Okay, so Ganseki-ooshi, one more time. Pull, scoop, and then in, and you can throw. And I like to let the people roll out. If you want to be really mean, you can still hold on to it, cross step down and in, and drive their face into the ground and have it be street pizza. So that's nasty what you can do with this one, but it's supposed to be a throw. So you let them go and they do their rollout and everybody's happy, especially when it's your students. Okay, awesome. So that's Ganseki-ooshi. This can also be done off the front arm with like a pull off here, head distraction, and then you can come in and you can do this push throw with kind of an on demand like thing where you can push them onto the back of their feet, or I can aim them in any direction that I want to go. I could push him onto his back. I could angle a little bit more, push him to the side. I could hook in and then let him launch so that I can kind of direct. So maybe I have a multiple attacker scenario. He throws the punch or something, I come in, and then I throw him into one of the other attackers, and then we send him. So this is a good way to kind of help buy yourself some time. Maybe you can see where the exits are, or look for a weapon in the room that you might want to use. Okay, so far, we did Ganseki-nage, rock throw. Whoop. We did Ganseki-ori, rock break. Hi. And we did Ganseki-ooshi, rock push. Hi. Now we'll get into the last one. Ganseki-ooshi, rock drop. Okay? This is the fun one too. So let's turn this way. As I pull him off balance, my back leg will now, as I scoop up and keep a hold of his front arm, I shoot this leg back and come down onto the ground. Now, I could drop down on him, but I braced myself because I love Vector and I don't want to hurt him. So we go, boom, pull it off, hoop, scoop, and hook. Now, I can let him go down and have ukemi, or I can totally break his shoulder on this one as well, which we're not going to do, but I'll go slow. We're going to pull, scoop, and right here, I go into a forward ukemi. At the same time, I kick my foot back, and I control this arm so that I can pull it in and break. And I come down with all my weight, and we let him have it in his little shoulder joint that is bent like this. So it's bad news because it just pulls it up and in, and it's over. Okay, so this is Ganseki-ooshi. I really like this one too because it has so many entry aspects that you can get into higher level throws on. Because of that foot, when it comes in, you can start to get into some of the hooking throws from there as well. And it's just awesome and easy. You can also come off, kick a leg, and then come from the other side and do it as well. So it's unlimited in what you can do with that. All right. Ganseki-nage, Ganseki-ori, Ganseki-ooshi, Ganseki-ooshi. Those are all very good throws. What is the common theme in throws? What is the easiest way to do throws? We go back to him holding his arms up. It's the basics. The throw is not me picking him up and trying to chuck him with my arm strength. The basics of throws are the twist. Once you do a lock, I lock him down, I off balance, and now I sink and twist. Once I can master that little bit, it's really cool. Yes, Joe, kazoosh. This is correct. When you can do kazoosh correctly, now you're onto something. Because then you have to find it amidst an attack. So if he's throwing like 2 punches or something, I might be here, find a kazoosh, and then find a way to work that in. And that's when it gets to be fun because it's not always clean. It's sometimes you're getting hit and you're going with it and you're learning how to roll and then you're learning where to grab it from. And it can get to be a lot of fun from there. So hopefully that starts to dial you guys in a little bit more, give you some options. Let's do one with a weapon. Why not? These are always fun. Okay, We'll go with an easy one today. We'll do hanbo. So let's say Victor throws a punch. I'm going to hit that punching arm, hook it, and throw. Let's say he throws another punch. Maybe I'll come from the outside, and I'll come down and row it in, and I'll catch with my forearm here. But what did I do with my legs? Kazoosh. That's right. And then I twist and throw. So the beautiful part about the basics is it doesn't matter if you put a weapon in your hand, it's still the same, or it should be. You should be able to just transfer that instantly. Yes, Rich, break the balance. As it comes in, boom, right there. See his back? Twist it away from me. If I wanted to, I'd help his teeth, his dental plan out a little bit first, then I hook in, and I do that hook with my arm and my leg, and then I throw. He throws the punch. Maybe you hit low into the stomach to break it down again, and then I swoop in, and I do another move. Maybe we would go to the inside, pop, come in and scoop, and then we modify it. Get in there with the back of our arm. It's unlimited. And sometimes when you're doing this, and let's say he throws the punch, and I'm in the wrong place, maybe I'll just hold it and turn it into something else, and I'll have to switch the technique because it just didn't line up to do Ganseki-nage. So you have to know your techniques. You got to practice them in all different scenarios. You have to be able to let them go. If it's not going to work and you try to force it, your partner will read that and they will go, and then they'll know how to counter. Because as soon as they feel where that resistance is, you're going to learn to go around it. And it's going to be like water flowing down a river. It hits a big boulder. It doesn't try to go through the boulder. It just goes around the boulder. I'm going to go down, go around you. Okay? So that's a little bit with the hanbo. Here's a good sneaky one for hanbo. He throws the punch. Whoop, just drop it into his nuts and throw with Ganseki-nage. All right, there we go. That one was for you, Gary. Okay, so we've got Ganseki-nage dialed in. You guys are probably Ganseki experts now, so hopefully you're practicing that at home. If not, you're going to get your partner. You're going to go ahead and do it. Now, we also had a request, said, Sensei, could you show some advanced stuff today? Okay, no problem. We've been making the second degree black belt set, and we've been going over Gyoko-ryu waza. So we have done these a lot on our channel. Let me show you how I do these a lot of times. I will go ahead and take my version of the scrolls here. I've collected different versions from people over the years in Japan, and I've asked the new grandmasters at the time they weren't, but hey, could you stay with me after class and show me what these are? A lot of times the scrolls have a version 1, and then they have versions after that that are like variations off of those. They call them henka. And so we'll go over a couple of these today just so you guys can see how we would break down this. Let's say I was teaching a class. Hatsumi Sensei, when he would be in class in Japan, he would want one of those guys to go demonstrate a technique. He'd say, hey, we're going to do Gyoko-ryu tonight. I want you to go teach Dan Shu. And they would go like, okay, Sensei, no problem. They'd go in the back of the class and they'd look up in their folder and they'd look at it, and then they grab a guy, practice it a little bit, and then they come up in front of the class and teach. Because there's literally thousands of techniques. And after a while, they all blend together and you forget. And it's supposed to be that way for higher level people. But when you're first starting, you should be able to memorize a couple hundred techniques or maybe 1,000. I mean, Joe is awesome, so I want to be like him someday. He could probably memorize all of them. I don't have that ability, but it's okay because I've watched movement and now I know how to just kind of make them work. And so when we do it, we'll read through it, and we go, okay, version 1, both the attacker and the defender are facing each other in Shizen no Kamae. So if you did our black belt set, you know what Shizen is, natural stance. So what the Densho do is they'll take all of the basics that you learn up to black belt, and now you have the language of the Bujinkan, so you can do waza because you might not know what some of the techniques are if you haven't practiced all the basics. If you do, now you know Sanshin, right? You go into that stance. With the left hand, the attacker grabs the defender's lapel. So you're going to grab me with your left hand. Then initiates a right punch. Boom! Takes me out because I'm still reading. I don't know what goes next. No, I do. But we're going to do this step by step for you guys. The defender then will lean to the right, crouches slightly to avoid the punch, and uses his left hand to strike the attacker's right punching arm, hitting with a left urashuto. What's a left urashuto? Well, if you guys did the black belt set, you would know that one. Shuto, mote shuto, urashuto. There you go. So I'm going to hit his bicep with a left urashuto. And then I can bounce this and go to the attacker's neck if I would like to. The defender continuing by using both left and right hand to grab the attacker's left hand, and his right leg delivers a low hidden kick below the attacker's knee to take him to the ground, maintaining the hold on the attacker with a right arm stomp, delivering the attacker's ribs to the armpit. Got it? Okay, let's read it one more time. So, the attacker grabs with the left hand and punch. Then the attacker's hand with the right comes in to hit. I cover this punch, and I'm going to go ahead and hit his punch with an urashuto. And then it says, after the urashuto, the defender will then lean in with his left hand, hit the neck, take the attacker down to the ground with the right kick, and do a stomp. So this is one version that we have. We have many versions of Danshu. So he comes in with the punch, pop here, I kick the leg, and then I do a stomp. This is one version of it. There's another version of this as well, where I go and hit the arm, hit back into here, hit into the neck, do a takedown with the leg, and then we do a stomp on the body after it follows through. Danshu is bouncing hand. So there's a Shihan in Japan who is amazing, who got to come to America. We got to train with him, and he showed me a little version of this from the scrolls from a higher level scroll as well. I'll share that with you guys now. So just for camera's sake, grab with the other hand. As I hit the bicep with this one, I'm going to come back down and hit on top of the nagare. This is going to bounce him down even further, and then I will hit up through with his neck. So this will be a triple threat hit here. He punches and I go 1, 2, 3, pa, down, yeah, and I kick. So what this does is it stuns this hit, stops it, but then this sinks down with my full body weight, and I can deliver this shot right up through his neck. This makes his knee so vulnerable here. Then we pop in through and come down. So I hope you guys enjoy that version of Danshu. It's one of the ones that I do now because I like that one so much. It makes a lot of sense to me. And a lot of the waza, you'll see, you'll go through them and you go, how come that didn't line up? What's not right with it? And you have to remember, they would have had armor on. They would have had a weapon in their belt. There's a lot of things that we're not doing right now, but we're practicing those techniques at a higher level so that we can try figure them out. Then later on, when we get our armor on, then you can see, oh, when he grabs the lapel, he's actually grabbing into the breastplate, the chest plate of the armor, so it goes in through the armpit and he hooks on. Now, when that happens, if I push his hand against that armor, I could cut his hand in and I could start to do a gyaku just from a pressure point technique. This gets it to be where it changes because it's not just him grabbing a t-shirt or a lapel. It's something solid that doesn't move. And it changes everything for the way the technique would really work out in real life. So when you're doing waza and you're doing them with a partner, it's almost like a choreographed thing at first where each person is trying to, what would it really be like if we were in that situation? How would we make this really still play out the same way if we had heavy armor on? So if he's grabbing me and he throws the punch, I might not get his body to move back really fast because he's got all this weight coming. I might just get a block up in here. I might push him off balance. Then I can shoot through and make that knee vulnerable and kick. So it's good to think about what it would be like, and then it's good to say, okay, let's just try it, see what happens with full force, and see how it works out with nothing on. Like if we're at the beach and we didn't have our shirts on, how are you going to hook onto the flesh? How are you going to grab hair? What are you going to do with cheeks and eye sockets? And what can you utilize? So you can bring it into a modern day application very easily. All right, I see our time is coming near. So thank you, Victor. Awesome to show techniques with you today. Let me tell you guys, it is time for you to get your emails in. We've had a lot of people join up for this 30-day Ninja Challenge. It's going to be incredible. We are going to let people know what ninjutsu is about. Give them a whole bunch of things to go, oh, wow, well, we've had a lot of people who write in and they're like, I want to buy your black belt set, but I don't know if I can afford the weapons and things like that, or, I'm not sure how I'm going to acquire everything. And it's like, oh, cool, because we're going to teach you how to build some of those while we're in this course. We're going to go through how to do that. And that'll be a lot of fun for people because they're like, oh, I didn't know, I'd never thought of doing it that way. We've got lots of little hints and tricks to give to you guys. Because growing up, I wanted to be a ninja my whole life. I studied a bunch of different martial arts. And then when I started to get to do all the ancient weapons, it just turned me on. I was like, oh, this is it. So I really liked it. And that's when I was just like, oh, I want to go to Japan and train with the Grandmaster. And then I did right away. And then I was hooked for life, because once you're in and you get to be around that type of people and that caliber, you get to see it's way more than just mat time stuff. It's a whole lifestyle, and the way they were living was very honorable and integritous, and it just felt right and it rang true for me. And I'm glad I followed that path in my life. It brings you around a lot of good people, and you get a lot of cool relationships, and the tribe grows stronger. So I'm looking forward to doing this 30-day challenge with you guys. I'm so glad we decided to do it live. So send in your email. Once we start it, it's going to be closed doors, and we're going to have all sorts of cool discussions in the private group and go over things with people, and people can ask questions. We'll have some Q&As and all sorts of good stuff. So hope to see you guys there. We put the links in the chat here for you guys to sign up. You've got 7 more days to sign up, and then it closes. So make sure you join up. And as always, keep training.